As the great sage Yogi Berra once said, it's deja vu all over again. The Steelers have been here before, coming off a big win against a divisional rival, a critical game, and then facing a team whose record doesn't make your eyes pop. But I would think that you're going to make sure your players open their eyes to this Atlanta Falcon team.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to require much for me to do that. I think our marching orders are pretty clear, and they've been clear for over a week now. The stadium that we're in is a significant one. This win is required. This is a formidable opponent. They're in the thick of their division race. It's at their place. We respect those elements and their professionalism. But it's about us. It's about our preparation. It's about us finding the formula of the men that are available to us this week and producing one that's geared toward winning.
If we segment the season, Atlanta is 5-8, but they've also won 3 of their last 5 and gave Green Bay a scare on Monday night. What was their problem early on, and what has changed now that they've won 3 of their last 5?
I hadn't done a lot of study on the early portions of the season for them, but I've done a lot of study on these last 5 games, and they've been a team on the rise, and they've consistently found a winning formula because they're producing turnovers. And they're taking care of the ball extremely well on offense. For a team to be 5-8 and to be +5 in the turnover ratio is kind of alarming. But I think that just reflects the amount of turnovers they've gotten over the last 5 weeks. Cleveland, 3. Tampa Bay, 3. Carolina, 2. They've been in Arizona, I think, 3 or 4. They're producing turnovers in bunches. They're taking care of the football, and I think that's been the critical element in terms of the turn of their fortune.
As you look at the Falcons, to borrow a boxing analogy, styles sometimes make the match. They've got a great passing game, 2 excellent wide receivers, and an accurate quarterback. Does that necessarily mean a bad matchup for your secondary or your defense as a whole?
It may mean a tough day for them, but it doesn't necessarily mean a tough day for us. And I think that's what makes football the ultimate team game. Indianapolis had a similar formula with an extremely hot quarterback and viable receivers in Reggie Wayne and T.Y. Hilton, who were as hot as anybody in football. But our offense was the story that day because we kept the ball away from them. We possessed the ball, and the story of the game became our quarterback and our receivers. So there's many ways to skin the cat. Obviously, the direct challenge is on our secondary and specifically and our defense largely. But our offense is going to have a say in terms of the overall effectiveness of that Atlanta offense as well. And I think that's something that all of our guys embrace and respect.
Their running games, everybody knows about Steven Jackson, but is he merely there to provide a complement to the passing game, or are they so centric to the passing game that he is just an occasional weapon?
He's a complement at this point, but those of us that are familiar with Steven Jackson and known him over the course of his career, it'd be negligent to think that he couldn't be more than that at any moment. He's a 10,000-yard rusher. He's big and fast. He's a dangerous guy and has been for over a decade. We got a great deal of respect for him. And, having a good game defensively starts with minimizing his impact on the game and their ability to establish the run and hopefully being able to make them one-dimensional. A dangerous passing team is always something to deal with. But if they got the running game going, they're almost always unstoppable when they got both facets going.
How is their pass protection? Have they had issues in that area?
They've had issues probably in the early portions of the season. They've done a nice job schematically of adjusting to those issues. They protect, but also in aiding that protection, Matt Ryan does a great job of reading and making quick decisions. And I think that's as much of an element of it as the adjustments they made from a protection standpoint.
You mentioned defense and forcing turnovers. Sometimes when a team forces a lot of turnovers, they're a gambling defense, and they're coming after you, which can leave them vulnerable in other areas. Are the Falcons a gambling defense?
They take calculated risks, no doubt, particularly in situational football. They're going to have some packages of the week that are unforeseen. They do it every week. You turn the Cleveland game on, they bring double corners. They bring both corners in the Cleveland game. You turn the Arizona game on, they show cover 0, and then they run Bierman to the deep middle as the ball snaps. It's just a signature of Coach Mike Nolan defense. They're going to keep you guessing. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to take calculated risk, and those calculated risks sometimes create positive opportunities for them. Hopefully, maybe it'll create a positive opportunity for us if we're ready.
The Steelers will play on a rug in Atlanta this coming Sunday, and that is rather fitting because it's rug cutting time in the NFL with just 3 games to go in the regular season. Do you sense a different attitude in the locker room of the players given how crucial these games now are?
I don't know if it's a different attitude. I know that there's an eerie calm, if you will. I think guys just got a black and white understanding of where we are and the ramifications of what happens. And I don't know that they fear it. I think they respect it, and I think that's the eerie calm, if you will. But they also know preparation is one thing. We have good preparation days, but ultimately it comes down to what they do in stadiums.
And it's often been said that right now, this time of year, it's the team that gets hot at the right time that goes on to be successful, and now's the right time, so good luck on Sunday.
It is the witching hour.
Yeah, there you go. In Atlanta, capital of the South. We'll be back to talk about the Falcons game next week on the Mike Tomlin Show.